Yes, listen carefully, dear students. Last class we are discussed about Arrhenius acid base theory. Already we are discussed what is according to Arrhenius acid base theory, what is acid and what is base and what is neutralization and limitations of Arrhenius acid base theory also we are discussed. Okay, listen carefully. In the today's class we are discussing about Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. According to Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, what is acid? So according to this theory, what is that gave definition for acid, dear students? Acid means proton donor, the substance which can donate proton either in aqueous solutions or in non-aqueous solutions, whatever it may be. Donate a proton means simply proton donor is called as a acid. Proton donor is a acid. According to this theory, what is base? According to Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, the base definition is the substance which can accept proton. Means one substance is donating proton, another substance is accepting proton. Means proton acceptor is called as base. Okay, students. Now, according to this theory, what is neutralization? Neutralization means transfer of protons. Transfer of proton from one substance to another substance. Means which substance is donating proton or transfers proton, it is called acid. Means transfer of proton from acid to base. Acid to base is known as a neutralization. So during this process, proton is transferring. That's why it is also called as a proteolysis reaction. So this neutralization reaction is also called proteolysis reaction. Okay, students, let's see one example. Proteolysis reaction, acid base reactions. In this Bronsted-Lowry acid base reactions, these acid base reactions are always reversible reactions. Okay, reversible reaction means forward reaction as well as in a backward reaction, both will be takes place. For example, HCl, hydrochloric acid, you have to keep it in water, then HCl donate proton. HCl is a donating proton and that proton is accepted by water, then produce H3O plus and Cl minus. So HCl is donating proton. HCl is donating proton to the water molecule. So that's why, and produce H3O plus and Cl minus. So here the proton donor is HCl, that's why it is called as Bronsted acid. And the proton acceptor is water. Already while we are discussing that hydrogen and its compounds, the chemical properties of water or nature of water we are discussed. Water is a amorphic nature. It reacts with acids as well as a bases. It can accept a proton as well as it can donate a proton also. That's why water is accepting proton. That's why it is called as a base. It acts as a base. So during the above reaction, HCl in water forms H3O plus and Cl minus ions. That's why HCl and H3O plus ions. Again, this H3O plus in HCl minus, then H3O plus can donate proton, produce water and HCl. So in this case, H3O plus is acid and Cl minus is accepting proton, it is called base. That's why HCl and H3O plus are Bronsted-Lowry acids and water and Cl minus are Bronsted-Lowry bases. Okay, students, that's why these acid base reactions are reversible reactions. During this process, neutralization means proton is transferred from acid to base. Proton is transferred from acid to base. Okay, students, let's see one more example. For example, NH3. NH3 is present in water. So, and produce in this process, water is donating proton and produce NH4 plus, ammonium ion and OH minus. Now, this proton is proton donor, H plus donor. That's why water acts as a acid. So here the proton acceptor, it is H plus acceptor. That's why it is Bronsted base. And reverse reaction, just you have to write NH4 plus OH minus. This NH4 plus donating proton to produce again NH3 and H2O. That's why this NH4 plus is acid and OH minus is a base, is accepting a proton. So NH3 in water, in that case Water H2O and NH4 plus acts as a Bronsted-Lowry acids, and NH3 and OH minus ions. OH minus ions are Bronsted-Lowry bases. Bronsted-Lowry bases. Okay, students, this is about Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. So, according to Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, acid means proton donor, base means proton acceptor, and these reactions are reversible reactions. These reactions are reversible reactions. Okay, students, let's see in this concept only. Conjugate acid base pairs, this concept is very very important. Directly they are asking in objective examination also. They will give one substance or one molecule or ion, whatever it may be, they will give one substance. Then we have to write corresponding conjugate acids or sometimes corresponding conjugate bases we need to write. Okay, students, what is the definition for conjugate acid base theory? So conjugate acid and base pairs. Conjugate acid base pair means you have to take two substances like a neutral molecule or ions, whatever it may be. A pair means two. In that, one acts as an acid, another acts as a base. A pair of acid and base. A pair of acid and base which both are differed by one single proton. Both are differed by one single proton is known as conjugate acid base pairs. So one acid and one base, if you are taking that both molecular formulas, if you observe that both differed by one proton, means in their molecular formulas acid has one proton excess and base has one proton less. Such type of pairs are called as conjugate acid base pairs. Conjugate acid base pairs. Okay, students, now I'll give few examples related to conjugate acid base pairs, and I gave in the tabular form, and see carefully, and this tabular form is very very important, and examples and all very easy only. For example, first I gave acids. See HCl, this is acid, you have to write corresponding conjugate base, means acid I gave molecular formula, acid gave, you want to write corresponding conjugate base means you have to decrease one proton, means remove H plus. If you remove that H plus from acid means we will get Cl minus, it is conjugate base. Acid lost one proton to gives corresponding its conjugate base, and base accepting one proton to gives corresponding conjugate acid, or base lost one proton or accepting one proton to gives corresponding conjugate acid. So those acid and bases, they differ by one proton. Such type of pairs are called as conjugate acid base pairs. For example, HCl, this HCl and Cl minus, both are differed by one proton. That's why those are called conjugate acid and conjugate base pairs. Like same HNO3 you have to see. HNO3 lost H plus ion to give corresponding nitrate ion, NO3 minus. This NO3 minus is a conjugate base. NO3 minus, just you have to add one H plus, then we'll get HNO3. So NO3 minus corresponding conjugate acid is HNO3. HNO3 corresponding conjugate base is NO3 minus. Like H2SO4. H2SO4, you have to remove one H plus, then we'll get HSO4 minus. For HSO4 minus, you have to add one H plus ion, then we'll get H2SO4. Like different acids, from acids you have to remove H plus ion, then we'll get corresponding conjugate bases. HS minus, you remove one more hydrogen, then we'll get S minus 2. And water molecule, you remove H plus, then we'll get OH minus. For OH minus, you have to add one H plus, then we'll get H2O. So water is a conjugate acid, its corresponding conjugate base is OH minus. Okay, students, N3H, azide, hydrozoic acid, its name is hydrozoic acid. Hydrozoic acid. So that from hydrozoic acid, you remove one H plus, then we will get N3 minus, is known as azide ion. Azide ion is the corresponding conjugate base. Like I gave some bases and we have to write corresponding conjugate acids. Esma Rani, listen carefully. Acid and base pairs means you are taking any example. HCl I take. HCl is acid. For acid, we will get corresponding conjugate bases. How we will get conjugate base? You remove H plus. So this is neutral molecule. From this neutral molecule, I removed H plus means we'll get corresponding Cl minus ion. The Cl minus is conjugate base. For example, NH3. NH3 is a base. NH3 is a base. Esma Basaras. Listen carefully. NH3. From NH3, you remove, add H plus. You have to add H plus, then we'll get NH4 plus. That NH4 plus is conjugate acid. From this NH4 plus, you remove H plus, then we'll get NH3. Then both NH4 plus and NH3, both in their molecular formulas, the difference is 1 proton. The difference is 1 proton. Okay, that's why those are called as conjugate acid base pairs. Like HSO4 minus is a base. Negative ions always they act as a bases, most probably. There is no hydrogen atom, so it can accept one hydrogen atom. Then we'll get corresponding conjugate acid. HSO4 minus is also accepting 1 proton. Then we'll get corresponding conjugate acid is H2S4. OH minus accepting 1 proton. Then H2O. And water molecule is accepting 1 more proton. Then we'll get hydronium ion. This hydronium ion is conjugate acid. And H2O is conjugate base. Okay, O minus 2. O minus 2 is accepting proton. Is accepting proton, then OH minus. This OH minus is a conjugate acid of O minus 2. Conjugate acid of O minus 2. So the given pair, the difference in between the given pair, 1 proton is difference is there. Then such pairs are called as conjugate acid base pairs. That point you have to remember. Then definitely we can write examples very easily. Okay, students, and listen carefully. Next, these conjugate acid base pair strength of the acids. For example, if acid is strong, for example, I gave one acid, it is a strong acid. Then the strong acid lost 1 proton, producing corresponding conjugate base is always weak. So strong acid forms weak base. Corresponding conjugate base is weak. Corresponding conjugate base is weak base. And same way, weak acid forms corresponding conjugate acid is strong acid. Okay, and opposite means you have to take base. Strong base corresponding conjugate acid is a weak acid, and weak base corresponding conjugate acid is a strong acid will form. So this in conjugate acid base pair concept will helps to explain the relative strengths of acids and bases. For example, a acid is a strong and forms corresponding conjugate base is a weak. Otherwise, if acid is a weak and forms corresponding conjugate base, corresponding conjugate base is a strong. S means strong. Okay, and same way, strong base gives corresponding conjugate acid is a weak, and weak base gives corresponding conjugate acid is a strong. So these points are very important. Now, in the above tabular form, if you observe that some of the substances can accept proton as well as can donate proton also. Such type of substances are called as amorphic substances. Amorphic substance. For example, water only you think water can lose proton to give corresponding conjugate base is OH minus. Water can accept proton to give corresponding conjugate acid is H3O plus ion. That's why water has amorphic nature. Amorphic nature. It is very important, man. So if any substance can donate proton as well as can accept proton, such type of substances are called as a amorphic substance. Like NH3 is also. So NH3 is also. How NH3 is acts as amorphic nature. If NH3 is lost 1 proton, so in this case NH3 is lost proton means NH3 has acidic nature. and produce corresponding conjugate base is NH2 minus, and both differed by one proton. That's why that is NH3 and NH2 minus are conjugate acid base pairs. If NH3 is accepting one proton, then produce ammonium ion NH4 plus. So this NH4 plus and NH3, this NH4 plus is acid, acidic nature. NH3 is a basic nature in that case. So both are differed by one proton. So NH3 can accept proton as well as can donate proton. If can donate proton, forms NH2 minus. NH2 minus is a conjugate base and corresponding conjugate acid is NH3. If NH3 is accepting proton, produce ammonium ion. So ammonium ion is conjugate acid and NH3 is a conjugate base. So such type of substances are called as amphotic substances. The same way HS minus also sulfide ion. If sulfide ion lost one more proton to produce S minus 2. Okay, if sulfide ion is accepting one proton, produce H2S. Okay, in this case, this S HS minus is loss of one proton, is donating proton, that's why it is acid. Now in this case is accepting proton, in this case it acts as a base. So amphotic nature means what I said, dear students, it acts as a acidic nature as well as a basic nature. That's why they can donate proton as well as they can accept a proton also. Okay, so that kind of substances are called as a amphotic substances. Okay, one more point you have to remember carefully. Strong acid formed corresponding conjugate base is weak. Okay, strong base formed corresponding conjugate acid is a weak. Same weak acid forms corresponding conjugate base is strong, and weak base forms corresponding conjugate acid is also strong. Okay, those are all points you have to remember. So based on these relative strengths, acids and bases, they are divided into 4 types. Means the relative strength, based on the relative strength, acids again divided into 2 types: strong acid, strong base. Sorry, strong acid, weak acid. Again bases are divided into 2 types: strong base and weak base. So that is called relative strengths of acids and bases. So relative strengths. Based on the relative strength, acid is 2 types. Acid is 2 types: strong acid and weak acid. What is the strong acid definition? Strong acid definition means an acid has greater tendency to donate proton, means proton donating tendency is very fast. Such kind of substances are called as a strong acids. If the proton donating tendency is weak, then such kind of acids are weak acids. For example, HClO4 is a strong acid. If corresponding conjugate bases you write, conjugate base is weak nature. So HClO4 minus is a weak base because its corresponding conjugate acid is strong. I minus is a weak nature, and HSO4 minus and NO3 minus and Cl minus, these are the corresponding conjugate base, because strong acid produce corresponding conjugate base is weak. Okay, next weak acid produces corresponding conjugate base is strong. Conjugate base is strong. Let's see examples for weak acids. Weak acids examples: acetic acid. Okay, acetic acid corresponding conjugate base CH3 COO minus, HCN hydrogen cyanide corresponding conjugate base is Cn minus, HF F minus, carbonic acid HCO3 minus or CO3 2 minus. Phosphoric acid, it can donate 3 protons and gives H2PO4 minus and HPO4 2 minus and PO4 3 minus, like different conjugate bases it can produce. And alcohols C2H5O minus, ethoxide ion, like. So these all are weak acids produce corresponding conjugate bases are strong nature. Now let's see similarly base. Bases also again divided into two types, strong and weak. So base, according to this theory, what is strong base? Strong base means a substance which can greater tendency to accept proton. The acceptance of proton is very fast. Such kind of substances are called as a strong bases. Examples already before only I said. Weak bases. Weak base means proton tendency, accepting proton tendency is weak or less, then those are called as a weak bases. Weak bases example ClO4 minus, SO4 2 minus, Cl minus, I minus, and NO3 minus. Like now, what are the drawbacks of this Bronsted-Lowry acid-base theory? These drawbacks, main drawbacks of Bronsted-Lowry acid-base theory is this theory does not explain the acidic nature of electron deficient compounds or electron deficient molecules like AlCl3, BF3, such kind of electron deficient molecules, acidic nature cannot explain that. Next, this theory means in order to observe Bronsted acidic nature or basic nature means either proton donating tendency or proton accepting tendency in the presence of other substance. For example, HCl, you want to say HCl is a Bronsted acid, then you must have to take that HCl in water. Then only that HCl can donate H plus ion to the water, then produce H3O plus and Cl minus. Now in this equation, HCl and H3O plus are acids, and water and Cl minus are acts as a basis, Bronsted basis. So Bronsted acid base theory you want to observe, or donation of proton or acceptance of proton you want to observe means we must have to require another substance. In the presence of other substance only we can observe proton donating or proton accepting tendency. Otherwise it is not possible. Okay, so these are the main important drawbacks of Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. Let's see next important theory, acid base theory, is Lewis acid base theory. What is Lewis acid base theory? So according to Lewis acid base theory, what is acid and what is base? What kind of substances acts as a Lewis acids and what kind of substances acts as a Lewis bases? Those are all examples we must need to discuss, and examples we need to remember in our mind. Directly they are asking in NEET and JEE examination, among the following which is Lewis acid, which acts as a Lewis basis, like they are asking. That's why types of Lewis acids examples all we need to remember in our mind, and definitions important for board examination. So Lewis acid base theory, according to Lewis acid base theory, what is acid? Acid is nothing but electron pair acceptor, means electron pair acceptor is Lewis acid. So if you, in order to accept electron pair for one substance, that substance must contains vacant orbitals. Then only that substance can take electrons, can accept electron pairs. That's why Lewis acids has vacant orbitals. So vacant orbitals are present means Lewis acids acts as a electrophiles. Lewis acids acts as a electrophiles. So Lewis acids definition means electron pair acceptor is Lewis acid. So in order to accept electron pairs, the Lewis acids must contains vacant orbitals. That's why Lewis acids acts as a electrophiles. Lewis acids acts as a electrophiles. What are the electrophiles and nucleophiles? Already we are discussed in basic concepts of organic chemistry. In that chapter we are discussed. Okay, students. So electron deficient species are called electrophiles. So Lewis acids also electron deficient species. That's why they are accepting electrons. Hence, Lewis acids acts as a electrophiles. Let's see the types of Lewis acids. Once you are observed that all cations, positive ion means electron deficiency is there. That's why they can accept electrons easily. So all positive ions acts as a electrophiles, and they also acts as a Lewis acids. H plus, CH3 plus, Ag plus, Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3. Like different types of positive ions. Okay, Sn plus 4 and Mg plus 2. These all positive ions acts as a electrophiles. Positive ions means cations. Okay, let's see next types of Lewis acid. Second example, the atom means atom, atomic state only you have to take. Atoms which contain 6 electrons in their valence shell, means actually every atom try to get 8 electrons in their outermost shell. For example, instead of 8 electrons, less than 8 electrons, like 6 electrons present in their outermost shell, they act as a Lewis acids. Okay, sextant electrons in the outermost shell containing atoms acts as a Lewis acids. Means 60A group element atom, 60A group, like oxygen, sulfur, cerium, and tellurium. Next, electron deficient molecules means third A group elements, third A group compounds, third A group compounds, boron compounds and aluminum compounds. Those all acts as a electrophiles. Okay, students. Next, let's see next example. Molecules in which central atom can expand their octant electronic configuration. Octant means 8 electrons, but expand their 8 electrons means some of the molecules in their outermost shell are central atom having more than 8 electrons. That is called expanded octant electronic configuration. Why they having expanded octant electronic configuration means because of the presence of vacant d orbitals present in the central atom. Central atom having vacant d orbitals, such type of atoms can expand their octant configuration. Such kind of molecules acts as a electrophiles. For example, silicon, carbon, silicon. Silicon is a third period element. So third period means vacant d orbital is present. Silicon has a vacant d orbital is present in their outermost shell, vacant d. Due to that, SiF4 has vacant d orbital, so it acts as a Lewis acid, because SiF4 accepting fluoride ions, negative ions, then it can exist SiF6 2 minus, SiF6 2 minus means it's 8 electrons, means 4 bonds can be converted into 6 bonds, means valency, covalency can be for third period elements, covalency 6, maximum covalency 6. Covalency 6K means around the central atom has 12 electrons are there, means expanded octant electronic configuration. Okay, so some of the octant electronic configuration containing molecules, if they are having vacant orbitals, vacant d orbitals are present in the outermost shell, they act as a Lewis acids. They act as a Lewis acids. You have to remember that point. Okay, students. Next, molecules. Some of the molecules which contains multiple bonds other than carbon and carbon. Except carbon and carbon multiple bonds, the remaining multiple bonds containing molecules acts as a Lewis acids. Acts as a Lewis acids. Let's see what are those molecules. Like multiple bonds other than carbon and carbon, carbon dioxide, SO2, Cl2, N2O, these acts as a Lewis acids. Next, Lewis base. Lewis base means electron pair donor. So electron pair donor is a Lewis base, already you know very well. So if they are having, they are donating electron pairs means electron rich species. So the Lewis bases for electron rich species. That's why they act as a nucleophile. Lewis bases acts as a nucleophile. So let's see the types of Lewis bases. If you observe the types of Lewis bases, first one, all negative ions. All negative ions acts as a Lewis bases. Next, central atom contains one or more lone pairs containing molecules acts as a Lewis bases. For example, water, in the central atom, oxygen having 2 lone pairs are there, and ammonia, nitrogen having 2 lone pairs are there, 1 lone pair is there, and alcohols and amines are NH2 amines, then nitrogen having lone pairs. So the covalent molecules in which central atom having one or more lone pair electrons containing molecules acts as a Lewis bases, and multiple bonds between the same atoms, like carbon and carbon, multiple bond, double bonds or triple bond is present between the same atoms. They can donate their pi electrons, hence they act as a Lewis bases. Lewis bases. And in complex compounds, metal is bonded with some of the molecules. That molecules are called as Lewis. So molecules are called as ligands. That ligands acts as a Lewis base. For example, I will give you one complex compound, cobalt is bonded with ammonia. 6 ammonia molecules are donating pair of electrons to the cobalt. So the cobalt is a metal. Okay, this cobalt is a metal. This cobalt is bonded with 6 NH3 molecules. Like means electron pair donors are ammonia. Means NH3 is donating pair of electrons because it has lone pairs. So these NH3 molecules, this is a complex compound represented by square brackets. In this, NH3 molecules are called as ligands. What is the common name? In that complex compounds, the donor atoms or molecules or ions are called as ligands. So the ligands donating pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So this metal is Lewis acid, and these ligands are called as Lewis bases. So in complex compounds, ligands acts as a Lewis base. You have to remember that point. Okay, students, is very, very important. Now, according to this concept, Lewis acid base theory, what is neutralization? Neutralization means in between the Lewis acids and Lewis base. Lewis base donating pair of electrons to the Lewis acids and they forms coordinate covalent bond or dative bond. So that process is known as a neutralization. For example, H plus is a Lewis acid and NH3 is a Lewis base. So NH3 is donating pair of electrons to the H plus and forms NH3 in between nitrogen and H plus forms dative bond and produce NH4 plus. So then there existing dative bond. This is called as a dative bond. One dative bond is present in NH4 plus. Is known as a neutralization. But what are the important drawbacks of this theory? This theory means actually neutralization of acid bases means commonly acid base neutralization reactions are very fast. But according to Lewis acid base theory, neutralization reactions are very slow because they are forming dative bond. That's why these reactions are very slow. Next, this theory does not explain the relative strengths, how much, which is a strong acid, which is strong base, like the relative strengths of acids and bases cannot explain. And this is also does not explain the catalytic activity of H plus ions. H plus ion acts as a catalyst in some of the reactions. In acid base reactions, sometimes H plus ions acts as a catalyst. The catalytic activity of H plus ions cannot explained by Lewis acid base theory. So these are the main important drawbacks. To explain the relative strengths of acids and base, they are proposed pH scale. According to pH scale, we can explain the strong acids and strong base. Okay. So before discussing about that pH scale, we will discuss about the ionic product of water. What is ionic product? Ionic product of water definition, you have observed that it is represented by Kw. Ionic product means it is the product of concentrations of H plus ions and OH minus ions at any temperature in pure water or any aqueous solutions. In any aqueous solutions or in pure water, H plus ions concentration into OH minus ions concentration is known as ionic product of water. It is represented by Kw. So the Kw formula is equals to is the product of H plus ions concentration and OH minus ions concentration in pure water or either in any aqueous solutions is known as a ionic product. So this ionic product of water is depends on temperature. If temperature is increases, then the ionization of water will be increases, then it can able to produce more H plus and more OH minus ions. Hence the ionic product of water will be increases with increasing temperature. Okay, at room temperature. Room temperature means 298 kelvins or 25 degrees Celsius temperature. The Kw value is fixed. The Kw value is 10 to the power of minus 14. Concentration means in terms of molarity. Molarity units mole per liter. So 2 mole. Molarity into molarity means mole square plus liter square. Units of Kw is equals to m square or mole square per liter square. Mole square per liter square. Okay, students. So now listen carefully. Kw value is Kw value is 10 to the power of minus 14. Now Kw is converted into pKw. What is pKw? pKw means negative logarithm of Kw. So Kw value just you have to substitute minus log 10 to the power of minus 14. Then this minus is equals to minus of minus 14 into log 10 into log 10. How pKw is equals to minus log Kw we will discuss in pH formula. That time we